Well, hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peak's Peak. My name's Lucas. We're sharing our hobbies on 38 acres in eastern Kentucky, and we are about to pour some concrete. But I need to pause for a moment and tell you about the sponsor for today's video, because it's a product that I sought out for this particular project because I think it's perfect for DIYers or people who are trying to make the process more efficient. I loved it when I saw it, and I felt like I needed an opportunity to try it and demonstrate. So the sponsor is Key, which is a division of Cardinal Manufacturing in Louisville, Kentucky. So we're partnering with a company that's in Kentucky, which is also exciting. This product is a concrete keyway that you install, and it helps you by forming up your concrete. It gives you something to screed off of, it gives you a divider, and it gives you a way to avoid having to cut relief cuts in your concrete. Now, the reason I wanted this product is because what it's going to do is allow me to break this 44-foot long slab into manageable sections for me to form up and screed out, because I'm going to pour this pad with my sons, and we don't have a whole lot of concrete experience. We're going to be doing it by hand, and we'll be screeding it out in 10-foot sections. This is going to make it manageable. So let me show you how this works. So Caden and I installed one of the keyways already so that I could be familiar with the installation and the process and how it works, but also so that I could show you how it works before we get into the actual installation. So the components that we're using are these metal stakes, the actual keyway, and then a plastic cap that goes on top. And the cap that we've chosen to use is the one that stays in place after you pour your concrete. You don't remove it. Instead, you have kind of a little rubber seam in your concrete, so you don't need any kind of relief cut or anything like that. And it makes a nice clean finish, and it's gray to match your concrete. They sent me everything I need to do this project and then some, so that I could show you the whole product line that they have available. So the first part of the project is driving in these stakes, and it's a very simple process. I strung a line from front to back on my concrete forms, and then I drive these stakes down to 3/16 of an inch below the line for my cap that's going to go in place. Now, you don't have to use the plastic caps. You could use the top of the forms and leave that metal seam just below the concrete line, and then that would be your form, and if your concrete cracks, it would crack right along that line. But I prefer the plastic caps, and I'll get to why in just a moment. But you drive these stakes in the ground, and then once you have your stakes in place, this keyway is just going to slide right down on top of it. And there are little ridges in the top of that hold it in place. So once it's in there, you can hear it lock in, see? So to get it out, you've got to kind of turn it sideways. But it's locked in. So you can hear that as it locks in. Now, if you're pouring concrete on the side away from the stakes first, then that's all there is to the process of installing these forms. But if you want to pour on this side first, it could blow this stake out with the pressure of the concrete. So they've got a solution for that as well. And that's as simple as these little inserts that come in a case of, like, I don't know, 1,000 or something. All you do is stick them on the bottom just like that and press it down into place, and then this can't blow out, and it's locked in. And there's your form.
I told him how to do that.
Okay, and the last part of the process is your plastic caps, and there's two different types. This is the removable cap, and you'll notice how it is kind of beveled, and it will be removed after your concrete sets up, but it's shaped so that it will pull right up out of there. Whereas you have another type of cap, which has a lip on the bottom edge of it so that it's locked into your concrete and it stays in place. So this would be your finished top edge. And I think that's gonna look real nice. So we're gonna go with this one. And this comes in these big rolls, so you just cut it to fit your forms. Now, if you're going to form up a section that is of course longer than 10 foot, which in many cases you're going to, then you can also splice these together and have a continuous run. You can get these little splicing pieces right here. So these just slide right in that slot right there, and they lock in place. In fact, you can kind of hear it click and lock in. And then of course your next piece, I don't know if I can do this or not. There we go. Caden, go out to the end there and hold that. And then your next piece is just gonna lock right in, just like so, and you've got a nice flush finish right there as they're spliced together. Caden said the running theme to my message here is locked in. He said, we need a running count on how many times you said locked in. But that's the way this process works, and they've designed it really well, so it's super simple to work with. I'm real happy with this. So Caden and I are gonna go ahead and get to work, get this in place, and then we'll be about ready to pour concrete tomorrow morning. This is just nice. All right, we gotta cut the plastic, put it on. 8, 9. Very tight. Got this wall still good. Yeah. All right, we'll get the drill and take the string off. I don't think we were more than about 5 to 7 minutes installing that whole form across there. Just nice and neat. Guys, we are installed and ready to pour. Truck arrives before 8 a.m. tomorrow. It's 6 p.m., which means it's time for me to go eat supper and get some rest, and we're gonna be ready to work tomorrow. I get excited about doing concrete. I'm not sure what the deal is, but it's just kind of one of those deals where I feel like there's a little added pressure because when it's go time, and there's no messing around. It has to happen, and you've got a certain amount of time to get it done, which means your prep work determines whether you're going to be successful or not. I feel like we've done the prep work, we're ready to go. We've got this all laid out, we've got nice forms to work off of. Now, I will say, while Formakey provided these products to us to demonstrate, listen, we don't work for them, we're not professional concrete installers, as you can well tell if you do this work. I'm trying to share that a DIYer can get a decent product if they put in the work and use the right products and set themselves up for success. And that's what we're going to do. But if I have demonstrated any of these processes wrong, that's on me, not them. All right, I think we're ready. You ready? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is gonna happen tomorrow. All right, we'll see you then. Well, a big thank you to Formakey Products for providing the keyway for this concrete porch pour. We hope you enjoyed seeing us make the final preparations for the pour, and we hope you'll come back next time to watch me and the boys get to work as we put the concrete down. Until next time, be sure and get outside and enjoy God's creation because it's beautiful out here. You all have a good day.